What's up, guys? Welcome to another episode of Nerdy Dating. I'm your host, Zakka. What is Nerdy Dating? It's a nerdy podcast where we just talk about relationships from a viewpoint of nerds and giving advice out there on what we can do in these certain situations. And today on this episode I have AP. He is back. He has returned. And before we get started today's topics, I do want to let you guys know we're on Spotify. It's regular Spotify. You can Google or search Nerdy Dating on Spotify. Give us a listen. You don't watch us on YouTube or you have YouTube Music. Also, another thing I want to let you guys know. I'm talking a little too fast here. Let me slow myself down. Please like, share, subscribe to the podcast. Share it to your friends and family. Hey, got some two guys giving out nerdy advice on here. Pretty much nerdy relationship advice. Hit them up, listen to them. You need somebody just to talk about, or if you want to send a question, you put in the comment section below. We answer on the show, or you can send to Nerdy Dating, alizakkanerdydating@gmail.com. That's alizakkanerdydating@gmail.com. Where if you have a question you want to send to that, send to alizakkanerdydating@gmail.com, and I will answer on the show for you. So you need a third person's opinion on something you're going through, but you can't ask friends and family. Send it to me. Put in the comments below and I got you. Alright. Let's go ahead and get into today's episode. We're going to react to the Keke situation. A couple of clips from Can I Vibe With Y'all podcast, and TikTok and Reddit down the line. But let's go ahead and get this party started. First off, we have Can I Vibe With Y'all podcast, and this girl asked a question that on another episode I was like, I feel like I need another man's viewpoint. Well, AP's here to help me out on it. So here we go.
What's one thing you wish you understood better about me?
Here's what I don't understand. And this is the issue I have still come across. And I try to figure out how I play a role in this. And then sometimes, it just sucks and this is what happens. But there will be men who will give you all these false promises, tell you everything you want to hear, but it seems genuine. It's very, sometimes, I can read people and it's hard to read if they're, genuine or not. Mm-hmm. And they will go through, a 2-year relationship or something. Mm-hmm. And I don't know, in my experience, when I've been in those situations, I'm like, I know I'm giving you something you've never had before. I know I'm making you feel seen. I know I understand how men think, so I know how to make you feel like a man. And that still is causing you to self-sabotage. I think it's self-sabotaging essentially. But yeah, I just don't understand why guys will fumble the bag when you can. It makes sense that it's right, you know.
And you were talking
I don't understand.
You know how to make him feel like a man, but you were confused about something.
I don't know what caused the disconnect. I guess
I think it's because what you said before is.
I got my pause right here first.
Around, they like it there.
So she said she understand why men fumble the bag.
Yeah.
It's if she's giving.
She's confused because she believes that she's giving everything that he's requiring.
Yes.
But she's like, but yeah, he'll still fumble the bag. And that's a thought, right? So what happens, right? Because she made a valid point with the idea that when men get with women, they know that they're not at their complete. So, but it also builds that, that would also insinuate that man only believes they're better, or only believes that they can have better when they are better. And I don't believe that necessarily, but I mean she did have a valid point on that is a reason why men will fumble the bag.
Yeah.
Men will get with a girl, start to grow something. The female believes they're starting to grow something because in the female mind, you're building a relationship, so you're growing something. In the man's mind, a relationship, when it breaks down to in the sense of marriage, a relationship is a business,
right?
So while we're growing the relationship, it might not be looked at as certain of these things that we're doing in the relationship are counted as growing. Those right. What counts to her as growing might not count to him as growing, and it's up to the two to determine what qualifies as growing. Okay, cool. But if that conversation doesn't exist, then yeah, it's possible a bag gets fumbled.
Right. I actually think, I said my episode, and this is before, I don't think men actually fumble the bag. Because if a man wants to commit, he's going to commit. Now, I can see the insecurity of like, okay, I know I'm not at where I need to be at. But he's like, okay, this is my love of my life here. I want her to be with me. I want her to ride through this with me. I think the insecurity might come in that like she might leave me to go find better. But if she's willing to commit and sit like I'm gonna ride this out with you until you hit that, peak, then it's like, okay, maybe it's a trust thing there. But I generally feel like the man's willing to commit, he's not going to fumble.
Well, first things first. Fumbling the bag is a two-way street. Everybody can fumble the bag.
Yes.
Men fumble women, women fumble men. So, fumbling the bag is a two-way street, definitely.
I think he just wasn't ready. Like, I feel like that guy, he's not ready to really commit and go all in. Or maybe he's like, okay, I thought I'll hit this goal for about 2 years dating you. I'm not there yet. Maybe he's like, man, I'm not enough to provide for her. And then his insecurity is going to kick in. Like, well, this dude come over here, got the money.
But that's why I was saying for her, that is a valid point.
Yeah.
There are men that fumble the bag due to that reason. Mm-hmm. But there are men that just fumble the bag because they can get so many bags.
That's what in that case. I don't think the guy was fumbling. I think he just like I was
juggling.
Yeah, I was like, yeah, he wasn't truly committing because he like, well, I'm gonna get another bag. Well, then, dude, go get the other bag. If this girl you messing with, not the girl you really want, do not keep her around because you need somebody to fill that void at that point in time. Go get that girl that you really want. Then that's what I look at. So when she was like, "Why do men fumble the bag?" Like, I don't think we fumble. I think we don't commit. And the dudes who really want to be there, it's at her. You come down to like. She said, I want this kind of lifestyle. And he's like, I can't get to that lifestyle. And maybe, I don't think that's him fumbling. I think that's just him being like, hey.
No, the term fumble the bag happens because you don't notice that the bag gets lost. Like you fumbled it.
Okay.
So that's why that's like females will say you fumbled the bag because you didn't notice the disconnect between me and you occurring.
Yeah.
So by the time that you did realize that I was gone,
it was too late. See, I'm thinking fumble like in terms of football, like you just dropped the bag. Like you dropped it. Not as in like you didn't know you're slowly losing your relationship because you're not paying attention to the signs. But then that comes down to communication. Like she should have been like, hey, I want this. Or maybe she's like, this is my lifestyle.
These are things I want.
And you're not meeting that lifestyle, which is fair for her to say that, And now we don't really know her background, but we did listen to this podcast. I'm going to put the podcast in the bio for you guys to listen to. She is a comedian, a podcaster, and I think she does OnlyFans as well. So, like, she has money enough to where, like, an average dude or a dude less
somebody
money
not making money
can't really just
it's gonna be might be
insecure because like I'm not gonna be able to provide for that. Now she's looking for a lifestyle where she's not like don't care about money and doesn't care about like what the dude's doing and where they go out to eat and stuff like that. But the dude who she's talking to is like, I want somebody who I want to take you to a 3-week cruise or take you to the highest restaurant in the city that's on the looking now of all this stuff. Like I want to show you the world, but I can't show you the world because I don't have the money to do that. Then that's how she's gonna be the guy who's like, I don't feel secure and be my place.
Yeah, so she'll have those experiences. Yeah, like the average female won't have those experiences
unless she's talking to like for another podcast they had on here. Tyler Hero, one guy was like all 4 dudes. And they're talking about how like the girls in Miami was looking for the athletes, the ballers, the 24 and 24 year like look at Zion Williamson. Right. Not a good example, but just look at him for example. The dude's 20, not even 20 years old. I think he's 21.
Yeah, man.
Already like messing with older models and stuff like that, but he has money where he can get access to that. Access to get his way into those women and they'll give him attention because he has money. So if a girl's if a girl's chasing money like that and I want a dude who can fly me out from New York to Miami and fly me out from Kansas City to Miami, and they're looking for that.
They like that.
And the average dude might not be that, but a girl can go find that.
Standards.
The girl can go find that easily. Like she can go find the spots where the players go to, the ballers, the athletes go to.
That's true, but it's not true, right? Because for a female to hunt for the ball players and to get in those, you have to have your own bag a little bit to afford that lifestyle.
I don't really think you do.
You do.
Like, especially in Kansas City. Like, I know for a fact Travis Kelce go to Mosaic.
Right. Okay,
Now, I don't know how often he goes there, but you follow him enough on social media because people put their stuff out there on social media.
But
She can put herself in that situation just to even like have an opportunity to bump into him.
how much is the dress?
I don't know.
You see that?
Yeah.
But there's some fees that come into it, right?
Okay.
And then like, so like, you know, just, and we'll shoot for Kansas City, for a Kansas City athlete, right? For a Kansas City athlete, you have to pay at least 40 to get into the area that they're at, right?
Oh, like they raised the prices up that night?
Well, yeah, because you know, like it's 20 to 40 just to get in the club.
Okay, yeah.
You know, and then we'll throw in another 20 on gas, so we'll say $40 to get in the area. And then you gotta have the outfit, you gotta have the hair, you gotta have the nails,
Yeah.
you gotta have the shoes, you gotta have the smell
whole
good.
fit, yeah.
You gotta have it, you know, like you're not. That's why I was saying, like, the average woman is not going to deal with somebody fumbling the bag. Like, the term fumble the bag comes up from women that have the bag, you know, like, when, in terms of, because what a lot of men look for is, like, a woman who can meet on, you know, match in some sense of providing, you know, while I'm providing for you, you provide for me, you know.
Peace of mind.
You know, like I want to come home to, everybody wants to come home to a pretty face. You know, so, but I want to come home to like warm embrace and love.
Yeah.
So that is going to be the top requirement for like man and a woman. So if we, at least for me, right? Like if I meet a girl who's got her bag together and she comes into my life and I'm getting my bag together and she's just like on my side helping me, but she ain't helped me get my bag for real, you know, like she's got her bag, but she didn't help me get a new bag, you know, or we didn't make no new bag together, she's not gonna have as strong a bond with me. Okay. Whereas like if I bump into a girl while I'm making my bag, if I'm bump into a girl who is making a bag, like she could have a bag or not have a bag, but if she makes a bag with me and we start making a bag together, you know, I can't not knock that, you know,
right.
in the equations,
right?
But like that just depends on like bonds built, you know. But that's the bag incorporates, you know, time and love felt. It's not just a money stance on the bag, but you know.
Good point. Yeah, I hear you saying. So all right, let's keep it going with the rest here.
Yeah,
that's with all men.
But I don't understand. I don't understand why men can't, like, women are fully ready to grow with a man, whereas men are less. Not all women, but I there are a lot of good women who are willing to grow and pour into their man, and like ready to grow. Their man just can't see past their own insecurities and whatever's going on to grow with them. Like men feel like they have to be ready. I have to have all this stuff. It's logical. I have this plan. It's a straight line. Here's my 5-year plan, and that was when I'll be ready.
But that's our nature. It's hard for us to kind of wing it and be like, I'm gonna grow with this woman, not knowing what our finances are gonna look like in 5 or 10 years.
So why aren't you working towards a goal?
I'm saying like a lot of men are in the process of working towards that. But it's hard to make that commitment to a woman knowing we're not like fully there yet.
But if you do make that commitment,
but what behind it makes you not able to commit? Is it fear of not knowing what will happen and not being able to provide and support?
I think the biggest thing is fear of not knowing if you'll be able to fully provide. Knowing you may have other options where they can provide, but you still like working to get to that point where you can provide.
Okay, so what if you are?
Why do you have to do that alone?
But a lot of men don't understand that.
His answer is different than mine.
I see where your statement of trust comes into play.
Because why a lot of men are like that?
Yeah.
But what if you are committing? So you are committed to that girl, but then you're not actually building something with her. You're still thinking like, oh, I still have to do this. And you're not like, how can we do this together? You're not building that partnership. Why do you do that if you know that you have to go solo?
I don't think it's solo. Maybe it's...
Okay, I'm gonna pause it here. Cause the other girl jumped in, chimed in with some few stuff too. So why the dude says in our nature for men to try to be the ones to like try to do it solo is our nature. I don't think it's our nature. I think it's because men are taught to be like the provider, to be the breadwinner, or still taught that old school mentality of you are taught to be the breadwinner, you're taught to be the provider. You're taught to be
It's definitely not a nature. It's not, like
the man in the house. You put the bread in the house, and then the one lady is the one in the house who nurtures and get the family together, and then you have kids and you raise the barn and do.
I think it's safe to say like the average man is not a provider. You know, the average man is not designed or does not grow with the mentality that he needs to provide for all, you know.
Right. So that's changed. Like, but you as a man back in the 70s and 60s,
that was the thing back then.
You go to work, you work from sun up to sundown to put bread on your family's table for the family. You're doing this for the family. Everything you did is for the family. Now, because everybody can go get a job on their own, everybody can go work everywhere. There's the barriers to work to make money is not as high as it was back in the 60s and 70s. Heck, racial breakdowns and gender breakdown has changed where you can get on YouTube and make money off of YouTube now. Like you don't have to be
kids are climbing the wall now. So
yes.
There's
video gaming. There's kids like I was sitting there the other day. I remember there's somebody like there's a video game team name. I was like, who is this team? Like who's this group? I was said it works. Like, oh, that's a gamer. They're part of a gaming team. I looked on. They're like making $100,000 just gaming at tournaments every 6 months. So the barrier to making money is not as hard and high as it was back then. So the opportunities are more. So therefore, you're right. Like men are not taught to be a provider as they once be because everybody can technically provide for themselves. So. But then you get this thing where you hear women, and this is only from social media, but you hear, and not trying to say women, but you hear women say, I want the guy who makes $100K. I want him to be able, I want this luxury lifestyle where I want to go on trips left and right.
But that's what's shown. That's all they see. They don't see the grind that it took for that person to get there. You know, like,
or they was just giving money for their parents because their parents already having money.
You don't see it a lot in the media lineup where the people that have money actually know like the person who had money previously and they know somebody before and they either gave them this job opportunity or the music deal or whatever it is. Like a lot of people in the music industry are cousins or know cousin of and like they're all friends, you know, like, oh, we went to high school back then, you know, like it's just like that.
So a guy sees that and a guy sees the girl, that's what a girl looking for. So he's like, all right, I need to put myself in a situation so I can get at least even have a girl talk to me because she won't, because it's a shallow way to think, but like she won't talk to me or acknowledge me because I'm not a doctor, I'm not a lawyer, I'm not doing this, I'm working at Walmart. A girl might not talk to me because I work at Walmart. Like versus actually getting to know me.
In the ranking of men, doctors and lawyers are A's, and you know if you work at Walmart, you're like a D class.
Yeah, Walmart, like Quick Trip, like. But also look in another way.
Retail in general, you're like a D class man.
Look at dating apps. A girl see the lawyer, she's like, oh, I might give him a shot. A girl see like the dude, like he matches everything, but he works at Walmart. He better not make enough money.
And that's what's crazy is because if he's on the dating app and he's real enough to say that he works at Walmart, that man's probably real enough to commit to you and actually, you know, build something with you. But because you see the Walmart jersey or whatever he put that notes he works at Walmart, you're like, nah.
And even he's like, okay, I'm gonna work at, he's like, maybe I'm gonna work at Walmart. Maybe I'm not. He's like, I'm not trying to aim to be a lawyer. I'm not trying to aim to be a doctor. I'm gonna work at Walmart, work my way to become supervisor, or maybe I'll become a manager, and then maybe become a district manager, maybe own a couple of Walmart locations, and then work my way into corporate. That's not going to be done within, 4 years or 5 years. That's going to be like a 20-year game plan. Like before him become that 6-year-old, 7-year-old man working at like the district manager over like 18 stores making, that $100,000. He's going to take 60 to 50 to get there if he starts in his 20s. But a guy, he won't feel like if he dates a girl who's already making, 100 and she's like, this is my lifestyle that I want the fancy car rides, I want to be taken out on a fancy date, I want this, and he's like, I want to give that to you, but I can't provide that for you right now. I can do that. It's just going to take a year. Are you okay with that? And some women are not okay with that. But if she is, the dude's insecurity, if he hears his girl talking about, oh, look what this dude did for his girl, look what he did for her, if he hears that, he's like, want to do the same thing for you, but I can't provide. So then he'll become insecure in himself, and then start pushing himself away. And there's that phone in the back. He's like,
that's the distance creator.
Because he doesn't think that he can provide for her right now, versus saying like, just hold out. I know you want that, but just hold out for me.
And see, so that's where it comes down again to like the person, because you could be that person that's like, I want to provide this for you, but this is all I can provide right now. And they could be the person that's like, I don't want what you can provide right now. I'll wait for what you can provide later. You know, and it's like, you know, then you as the person, it's like, all right, are you gonna if I keep giving you something and you're like, no, I don't want it right now, I'll wait till it gets better. But you know, like, are they giving anything back? Like, you know, that's where like the distance are created, because like she was saying, you know, she's like, you know, I give them, women pour in that love, and we do this for the man, and he still fumbles the bag, he still creates the distance. Well, the distance gets created when, like, were you pouring in? What were you pouring in?
Right.
You know, were you pouring in hot water to the hot tub, or were you pouring in hot water to his lemonade?
Right.
You know, like.
And to add to it, and I remember this why, like, I need to look more. I actually said in another episode, like, I need more context of why we're pulling this episode up, is because the context here, she is an OnlyFans model, she is a podcaster, she's a comedian. So the money she's bringing in is not gonna be like the average person's money, and it do have to be okay. Like, she's gonna make more than me.
Yeah.
But if I can do the thing that she still wants to do, then I'm cool. But I feel like those dudes she was talking to were not securing themselves to be like, say it with me.
You have to be like financially secure. So when you see a woman that's making money, you want to be like financially secure in yourself.
In yourself, yes.
It's mental financial security. You know, like able to withhold. Okay, well, she's buying dinner because she could afford it. She didn't have a problem doing it. You have to accept that. You know, you have to accept that for what it is, and that's kind of, I guess, weird for an old school man. You know, like me as a man, like I don't do good at accepting gifts.
Yeah, I don't either. I still struggle with dinner dates. Like one, I feel like it's date night. If it's date night, I'm taking her out and paying for my girl. But she's like, it's a date, and she's like, hey, let's go get food here, and she wants to pay. I'm like, I will grab for my wallet first, just because I want to pay. But if she's like, hey, babe, I got you, don't do it.
I want that.
Okay,
though. Like
I'll stop.
That's I won't lie, because I'm that guy. I'm that, you know, no, I pay. That's how the man was raised. But I'm that guy that's just like, man, shoot, I want you to pay for me. Like, spoil me some. So then I can see like what my love looks like to you, because like what I be doing is anytime you ask for it, if I got it, you get it, you know?
Right.
And I haven't ever received that back in a full reciprocal, you know? So like, you know, I've had people buy me like drinks and stuff here and there, but I've never been taken out. Like we'll go out to lunch 3 to 5 times on my dime.
Yeah.
I've never been taken out 3 to 5 times in the same week on girls' dime, you know, like.
Right. How Maggie and I do it is like, all right, I get this one, she gets the next one. That's what we do. Like, she's like, all right, like, I took her out Thursday night, lovely date, amazing, she's amazing, and the lady came and brought the check, and I was like trying to get to my wallet. I was like, don't beat me to it. And I get to my wallet, and then I got it. I was like, baby, I got it. She's like, are you sure? Like, yes, I got it. And she's like, okay, I get you next. I'm like, all right, cool. But that's where, like, I think, okay, I get it. Now she was like, no, I got this, like, stern, like,
right.
All right, I'll step back, because there's no need to start an argument over paying for somebody trying to do something for you. Like, but no, it's and you dated somebody who's making more money than you, and they want to pay. You know, and they say, I got you, don't worry about it. Let them. Now, I will always ask Maggie, because I always, the prospective guy, you know, should pay for date. I always ask her, are you sure?
Yeah.
And she says, yes, 1,000%, I'm out. But she's like, I got it. If I hear or like a waiver, I'm taking over. Like, it's cool, I pay for it. Right. But those guys that she's talking to, they just have to be secure enough, like you said, mentally secure and financially secure with themselves. Granted that if now she's saying she wants to do this, he can make her a list and say, all right, I won't be able to get that to you now, or we won't be able to go that trip to Cabo this weekend, but
Yeah.
3 months down the line, hey babe, I got the planes, I got the hotel room booked out, let's go.
Or just be genuine enough to be like, I can afford this. Here's the part I can afford. You can afford this part, and then break it down.
Because I think a guy who generally is insecure about himself, insecure about his finances, he's not going to drop girls like that.
Yeah,
They're not going to do that.
That's why I'm like, that's a rarity in itself. A woman with the bag getting fumbled, that's a rarity. And the most of the times you hear about a bag being fumbled, it's a insecure woman that like really lost the man. But the bag is only fumbled if you don't go and get it. You know, so every person can fumble the bag, but you know, you yourself could be the bag fumbled.
Right. So what do you think about the other girl who was like why is that? Is like I think she said it's fear. She said, what is it? Like, what do you think about that part? And I think you pretty much touched on it.
No, I mean, yeah, it's a fear. It's an insecurity fear that'll trigger that. Like, and I think in the minuscule thought, it's the insecurity. But like in the grander scale, you have to think like as that person, as an individual, like you as yourself, you want to make sure yourself is secure and protected, you know? So if you're going to invite somebody into what is yourself, you want to make sure they're secure and protected. So it's not really an insecurity for that person to feel a certain way, you know? It's up to you if you're going to help that person like fortify that part that is insecure, you know?
Right.
Are you going to help secure that, or are you going to point out the insecurity and just be like, yep, that's there. You're acting insecure. Just walk away. Like, no, I'm gonna. Hey, I'm sensing that this is making you feel weaker or some type of way. Can we discuss it? You know, I got the spackle here. You know.
One more thought I have here. Actually, probably 2 more thoughts. Then we get to the next thing. Actually, 2 more thoughts. So one thing about the insecure dude, like the dude's insecure, he feel like he's gonna lose her because any dude who walks up with money is gonna take her. Okay, dude, get secure about yourself. But like, also that person that you're with, they're not financially like with you being financially maybe insufficient at that point in time. Right. When you're working on yourself, if they just leave you because of that, they wasn't truly there for you in the jump. Like I've like girls, like all girls want to be with a guy and grow with them, and dudes like not all women. I've been in a situation where a girl loved me because I wasn't financially secure. I told her my game plan. I was like, all right, this is my game plan. I'm gonna start off here. It's not gonna be enough money. And she's like, you'll be making 2,000 or 2,000, 20,000 a year or 25,000 a year. Are you okay with that? And I was like, not right now, but this is a start to make sure I have like income coming in where I can at least start making stuff and then work my way up this ladder. And she was like, you know, 3 weeks later, it's like, you're not financially ready to have a family. That was her thing. She wanted to have a family at that point in time. She's like, you wasn't financially ready. You can't raise a family off of $2,500 a year. $25,000 a year, not $2,500. I always do that, but $25,000 a year. And I was like, okay, it sucks.
That's
like, but
realistic.
I can't tell somebody what they're looking for and what their list is. Granted, I was willing to grow and move on with them. They wasn't willing to do that. So I was like, all right, cool. But another thing that goes in play that I think a guy might think of is like, if you're willing to build something with somebody like financial wise and y'all break up and she takes the money, you're left like broke. You don't want to be broke. So that's one of the things I think you want to be financially secure because you don't know what can happen and you don't want to be, you know,
for the man
out on the water.
So for the man, there's a timeline on the relationship, right? Like women won't say it. Some women will come into the relationship and be like, you know, I'm looking for marriage. I expect it in 5 years, you know, type thing. And so they might not say it out loud, but there's a timeline that exists on the woman's mind. So for a man, you are working and loving in order to agree to become one with your finances. Mm-hmm. So that's why we have to think like 5 years ahead. What are our finances be? Will I be able to support you? Or will I be able to support the idea of us not being together, you know, like that's what I like. That's how I've always functioned. You know, I've always went into the world believing that like if you get married, she's only gonna marry you for the money. She's only gonna marry you and try and take your money and leave. Like that. That's what I grew up believing, bro. Like that's fair. And I watched. That's what media saw. Yeah. That's what I saw. You know, like so I grew up believing kids is a money grab, and they're gonna try and take that bag from you when, as soon as you guys think that you're happily married, you know, that 3rd year into your marriage, she's gonna be like, here's enough money for me, and yank from you. So that's what I've always went into the knowledge of thinking, you know, like that's not true, you know.
Right.
Granted, that's not true, but it takes some knowledge to learn that. But it's really easy to lose as a man all the money that you worked hard to get. So we have to be really picky about who we invite into that circle to even start that journey and build towards.
Right.
If we're growing towards something, we got to make sure that you're really about growing towards something.
And you watch somebody's actions, see how they are. You're like, okay, I see this. This is what I'm looking for. And like I talked about my list in my last episode, Maggie fits that list for me. I was like 1,000%. Like, and finances, I don't care about her finances, but I want to be able to make enough for me to provide for her. And I feel like I do that. I feel like I was at a state where I can, and still am at a state where I can like provide for Maggie and still also like do things I want to do, and but also take care of her. She said, "Hey, babe, like let's go on a nice dinner day. I always want to go to this place here in downtown Kansas City. I always want to go to this restaurant." I'd be like, "Say less. I got you." Versus, let's wait off 2 weeks. I'll do that, but I just want to make sure I have like a couple paychecks in.
Yeah.
Like, which is fine. She's okay with that, but I want to have the ability to say less. Let's roll. Like Friday night. All right, let's go. Like I don't be like, well, I want to, but we gotta wait. 2 months from now when I think everything be set, and then we'll go to that fancy restaurant for you. Right. I don't want to have that now. I want to be able to take her out and show her a good time because she deserves that. Right. That's just my opinion. But also, like, I know who I am. I know where I'm at. So I know, like, my relationship is not based off of how much money I make. It's based off of what we're building together.
I've had this, like, there's this thought in my head that's like, because at one point in time, there was some where the crypto market was flying up and all that. I missed out on making $200,000. Like, I literally watched me miss it. And I always think, I'm like, what's crazy though is if I had that $200,000, the relationship that I'd be in wouldn't have been one that was loving me. They would have loved what my money provided,
which is not good.
So it's like that's really what you have to watch for in these things is like, and that's what a lot of people won't understand. But like when you find that connection, the money will flow.
That actually brought us something else too. I want to get to the next part, but you just brought up something else for advice for guys. Hey, if she's down to be with you while you broke, be with her. Yeah. Do not let her slide, and do not if she dates for potential, don't date a girl for dates for potential. But if she's like genuinely care about you, want to be with you, and help you out while you're broke, do not let her go when you get that income, when you get that money. Do not let her go, because that's something like you don't want somebody you're like, oh, I'm making 200,000, 200 grand now. Yeah. Are you here for me or are you here for the money? You don't want a guy. That's why I feel like a lot of dudes who have income don't know when it's like.
When they're there for you or for the money, because with me, I've been told I'm a money magnet. So when I get with a female, I make sure that she understands I'm broke, baby. I ain't got nothing. I ain't got no money for you. We're not going out to dinners that often to start. Starting basis, I'm broke. I come in and we don't spend nothing. We spending time together. We going for ice cream. We go for walks. I'm not spending like that because
that makes sense.
I don't want to give you the idea of like, oh, he can take me out to lunch and dinner. Oh,
to fancy stuff every time.
He want to see me, but he asking me to go to lunch and we're going to dinner tomorrow. Okay, that's not what's happening. When it comes that time and you start seeing like my money flow and I'm taking us out to dinner and lunches, because I'm a man, I'm counting. I'm going, all right, 1, 2, this is the 3rd date. You ain't tried to pay once. This is the 4th date. You ain't offered to pay. You ain't even inch for your wallet. Now I need to make the communication of like, hey, I like to be pampered too. I like, and then it's up to the person to come in and be like, either like take that receptively or they're gonna weaponize what you say. And that's right there is how
you know right now if the person's for you or not.
No, right.
You're right. Either just a gesture of a girl asking, can I pay? on a second or third. That shows me like, okay, you're somebody who's not
intention.
selfish on your own. You care about both parties. So, which Maggie did for me. Anytime I know that a girl does that, I'm like, okay, you're not a
Some
selfish
intention.
person.
Like
Yeah.
that's. It's not even that we're asking like, hey, buy it, like spoil, like.
No. Yeah.
I'm so tired of Twitter because you cannot be a man on Twitter anymore because every comment that you say about wanting to be loved is sassy. You
Nice
come off
segue.
as you come off as sassy, like.
Because nice segue, because we actually want to talk about Twitter with Keke Palmer.
Yeah.
So that's a good segue.
I'm just so tired of Twitter, like, and it's double standards, like. But Twitter, what's crazy about Twitter is people try to slide it under the rug, like, oh, it's Twitter, it's not real. It's like, no, Twitter is people's legit thoughts. People legit have these stances in the world, like.
Right.
People believe that Keke Palmer was in the right. She wasn't wrong for the outfit. I'm not against the outfit. That's you.
So-
you get your choice of outfit. You know, that's not.
Let's break it down here real quick. So Keke Palmer here is getting serenaded by Usher. I don't know what was the thing. Was it a birthday bash or something? I don't know what it was, but she's getting serenaded by Usher, and she's wearing like a one piece, but then over the one piece is like a sheer see-through dress, or it ain't a dress. It's like
almost a line of lingerie. It's like full body.
Full body
It's
dress.
silk dress. Yeah, dress.
And her boyfriend her boyfriend currently, he goes, it's the outfits though. You a mom.
Baby daddy.
Okay. And then he goes, we live in a generation where a man of the family doesn't want the wife and mother to his kids to showcase booty cheeks to please others, and he gets told how much of a hater he is. This is my family and my representation. I have standards and morals that to what I believe. I rest my case. Like you were saying, Keke Palmer can wear wherever she wants.
Yeah.
She can wear wherever she wants, do whatever she wants. One, as a man, and that's your girl. You talk to one. You don't put it on Twitter, for one. Why are you displaying that publicly? Talk to her in person. Give her a call. Say, hey, babe, you look beautiful tonight.
Had he been there, it wouldn't have been an issue. The outfit choice wouldn't have been an issue.
Sure.
Had Usher not danced with her, had some pictures that got posted, it had not been an issue. But it was the fact that Usher danced with his girl, and he's like, that was rash response. Let's be real. You get a video of Usher dancing with your girl, and he holding like this. You watching his hand sit right above the cheek, and it's in that outfit. If it was a different outfit and his hand was sitting there, it wouldn't have been an issue.
Right.
Because it's not like skin to whatever, like sheer skin.
Right.
But it's literally like skin to sheer skin right on her, almost touching her butt. He wasn't groping her butt, but
He had his hand placed.
backhanded, and then he's sitting there on the, he Will Smith, Fresh Prince of Bel-Air, grunt.
Yeah, I know. Yeah.
So it's a line that, like, I understand where he was coming from about the outfit, but the outfit wasn't the issue, and that's why he was saying is like, it's my family, it's my representation, I have standards and morals, and it's like, yeah, as a father, I completely understand that, like. I'm not the father that does family photos. Like, I don't care to take pictures and post pictures of my family together and stuff like that. Like, that's whatever, like, we'll take pictures and we'll post them, but I'm not gonna do them scripted. Like, I like the off-candid pictures.
Yeah.
This is grainy, blurry or something. Like, okay, this is the actual moment that was captured, So, like, I don't do the, like, scripted family pictures, but, like, those are representations of family, And that's why he's like, I want the representation of my family to be this, not the style of Cardi B representation of family, like, because there's Beyonce's representation of family and there's Cardi B's representation of family.
Yeah.
And that shows two different lines right there already. Even though they could be the complete same, because we don't know how the backstory looks, but there creates two separate worlds right there, because people have ideas of Beyonce and they have ideas of Cardi, because Cardi is actively throwing ass. Beyonce isn't.
Right.
Beyonce does it at concert tours, you paid X amount, you only seen it on this social media. Cardi is video, like throwing it, you know. So you see two different worlds, and it's representation. So I get what he's saying. Like, I don't want. For one, he bagged Keke Palmer. You know, like that's the crazy reality in itself. Is Keke Palmer got a kid on the way. Like, never did you ever see that coming. Like Keke Palmer, you know, like that's Keke Palmer, dog. Like, but she's dancing with Usher. Usher's got a residency, you know, so like Usher be doing stuff like that. Like, he's got a couple videos where he be going viral because he be doing shit. Like, he was at one, and he was like, somebody gonna propose in here. He needed somebody to propose. This dude is like dancing with his girl and hugging on her and kissing her, and he's like, you doing all that and you ain't gonna propose? He's like, you ain't understanding the assignment, and just like he's like roasting them right there in the middle of, you know, his set and shit, and it's like that could be a relationship destroyer. Like, just like this little scene could be a relationship destroyer for him and Keke. Now Keke's like, you're insecure. It's like, does she stick with the insecurity line, or do they grow from it? But that's why I say, like, it depends on, like, the person. Like, to bag Keke Palmer and then to say her outfit was the problem, it's like, no, like, he just had to react, you know? He's just like, because one, I don't even know who dude is, so
I don't know either. That's
you know, like,
sorry.
does he know how to handle fame and all that? Like, that's what she was talking about in the OnlyFans video. It's like, can they handle the fame that comes with being on my arm? You know, like, I might bring you status, so you have to be able to uphold my line of status, you know, like, so with Keke Palmer being your girl, she might go out and dance and get crunk with Lil Jon one day, and you're just supposed to like the video, you know, talk to her in private, y'all have y'all discussion so that y'all are on the same page, but the public place is not for it.
Here's my two thoughts on this situation, because I get, like, depending on what the relationship is or dynamic, like Cardi B versus Beyonce, like, there's this perception, but the dude knew, one, like you said, he's talking to a celebrity prior to this. Yeah. She's gonna know other celebrities. It means, one, I'll be like, all right, I trust you that even if Usher comes up to you and hits on you, trust you not to leave me for Usher because that, like, Usher trying to make a dance on you.
Yeah.
Enjoy yourself, have a good time. But he's knew what he was getting into before he messed with Keke. Yeah. It's not like Keke was out here wearing Amish garb and like bonnet with like her dress all the way down to her knees and saying like, I do not go out there, I do not do anything, I don't cuss.
Yeah.
Like, no. Keke was already dressing like that. Keke was already having herself out there in a situation. You was attracted to that. You went after her for that reason. You didn't go after Keke because, like I said, she had her dress all the way down to her knees, down to her ankles, and you was like, those ankles get me going. No, you didn't say that. You went after that shoulder blade. Like, you didn't go after Keke Palmer for that. You went after Keke Palmer because you thought she was attractive, and she was dressed in a certain way before you started dating her. And she's continuing to dress that way while you're dating her and after dating her.
And she's pregnant. It is hard to find clothes as a pregnant woman. Like, you gotta respect that too. Like, she's pregnant, she's out enjoying herself because she's about to be inside for a little bit. You know, like,
also, like, she might not feel like women go through pregnancy, they go like they don't feel as confident
in their body and stuff.
So
like,
give your girl, like, be right there, like, hey, babe, I got you 100% support, but to them be like, oh, you're a woman of our kid, you shouldn't be doing.
Yeah,
you're looking like, insecure. Like, one girl, also, like, you just mentioned something. Nobody knew who you were before this, but now everybody looking at your profile like, who are you? Yeah. Because you talk to Keke Palmer, like, there are celebrities who have significant others who don't sit in the limelight, who don't say anything. They just sit back and chill and have those conversations. Yeah. But you knew what you was getting into before talking to Keke. I don't understand guys who do that, who like, I want a baddie. I want this girl. I want that. I'm going to get her like that. But then you get that girl and they're like, yeah, you can't do the things you were doing before you talk to me. You can't do that.
I know, that's how I saw you, but you...
Yeah. But then you're like... Then he'll go over and look, well, my girl ain't doing the things that she was doing before. I'm gonna go look at this girl over here. Yeah. Now you liking this girl stuff, following this girl stuff, and then why don't you do that? You told me you don't want me to do that. I don't understand why you can't be like those girls. Like, because you told her you don't want her to be that girl, but yet you're gonna go, you're being a hypocrite. Dude, embrace your woman, have her go out and do things, like enjoy her doing that. So do not be here like I don't want you dressing like that. Get over yourself.
And Keke Palmer's never in the media like that anyway. So for that to be like the time she comes into the media, everybody was more on the fact of like Usher and Keke Palmer dancing together.
Right.
Like, that's all. Nobody was even looking at, oh, damn, she got cakes out. Because, one, she's pregnant. So them cakes don't qualify right now. They're let's be real. They don't qualify like that right now. Like, she looked good. It's Keke Palmer. But let's not get confused here. It was Keke Palmer and Usher, and that's why it went viral. And like even them dancing together, like with Keke Palmer being a celebrity, you got to respect the fact of like, did she come home? She got my baby. She dancing with him, but she came home. That's the celebrity lifestyle. You just accept that. The video's going viral. Congrats, baby. Make sure you get a new movie deal out of it.
Because like if you was in that situation, if he was in that situation and a girl came singing to him, like let's say it was
Mariah Carey
singing to him, and she started grinding on him, he'd be like, he ain't stepping away. Like,
Yeah,
hey,
he gonna sit right there.
And Mariah Carey could be wearing her stage outfit, cheeks out and everything.
Yeah.
And she's grinding up on him. He'd be like, look at me getting the dance with Mariah Carey.
With Mariah Carey, and then we'd be expecting no comment. Like Keke can't say nothing because it's just a dance with its celebrity status, you know. Like, but now there's a difference where like if Sukihana, which is, I don't know if you know who that is. It's a rapper. So have you heard the song Pound Town to Pound Town?
I think I've seen a clip on
Alright, so that's
Instagram or Twitter, and I was like, nope.
So that's Sexy Red. But then Sukihana was this artist that like was twerking on a 12-year-old in a music video. She's like she's like real street ratchet. So like it'd be different. Like she'll have fans at her show like lick her through the jeans type thing. But that's my point though. If you go that line across, then it's like you crossing the relationship.
But like if I'm gonna date, let's say I'm gonna date Sukihana, I wouldn't expect anything less because I knew I was getting myself into going into that relationship.
You could not sit here and see a video like that, and then if like Usher flip her over and start doing some crazy, you'd be like, yo,
that makes sense.
That's what I said.
It's on brand.
That's like Adam 22 and Lena the Plug. I don't know if you've seen that, but okay, so Adam 22 is No Jumpers podcast host. He's the radio host or no podcast host. He is married now to a porn star.
Okay,
he just married a porn star like 2 weeks ago.
Nice.
And like literally like the first weekend of their the first week or second week of their marriage, she did a scene with her first black guy. Okay. And he's been like on Twitter talking about it and like, backing her up. And,
backing her up.
Yeah, like backing her up. Cool. Like he's supporting her. He's like, people will say that they love black people and never let their wife sleep with one. Like, he's literally making jokes about it.
Okay. I was like, I don't like the way he plays that, but
he's funny. It's funny. Like it's hella funny.
But like he know what he signed up for. He know what he got himself into.
Yeah.
Like it really mind boggles me when guys like, I want a baddie, I want this girl right here, but then they don't want her acting like the way she was acting when he talked to her.
If she's pouring into you in the way that you need, secure her and be happy. Like, if she can pour into you the way you need and you're not worried about like, oh, is she filling somebody else's cup up too? Like, then be happy. Like, right. I think that's a common human trait though, is like the fear of happiness. So it prevents people from doing stuff. But my girl can go out and wear whatever. Send me pictures if I'm not with you. That's all I ask. Like, send me pictures. I wanna see what you're wearing if I'm not with you. And then,
right.
Like, keep it real.
All right, guys, we're going to do 3 TikTok videos and then 3 Reddits, and we'll call it a day. So this first video is from Divinely Magnetic, Divinely Magnetic. And she said, so there's a new epidemic going around. It's men wanting princess treatment. See what she has to say.
So there's a new epidemic going around. It's men wanting princess treatment. I can't. My one girlfriend was telling me this story That happened to her the other weekend, and she says this guy looked at her dead in the face and was like, I'm not gonna chase you. There doesn't even need to be a backstory on this guy because he's so irrelevant, but he said, I'm not gonna chase you. First of all, you need the steps. Second of all, you want us to give you flowers? Third of all,
You need the steps.
is it a testosterone thing? Like, I actually don't understand what's going on because there's been a lot of instances that I have seen men want princess treatment. And I'm just like astonished. I'm shocked.
All right, you want me to go first or you go first?
That's what I be talking about right there. Because, so he automatic one, she assumes that he wants princess treatment because he said, I won't chase you. We, regardless if we need the steps or not, I can get the steps without chasing you. Like, and you know, whatever I'm chasing towards could actually provide me more than, like, why make me chase you? You know, like that's the thing is like, we don't want the games that come with the relationship. Like sometimes these women like to play games in the relationship. Like, how will he chase me? Will he chase me? I've been with the girl. She was 37, 38, you know, older woman. And she like literally pretended that some little event happened that, where I should have been concerned. You know, like I should have been, I can't even remember what it was.
So wait, she was testing you?
Yes.
Oh.
You know, and I'm just like, I don't even remember what it was, but as soon as it happened, I was like, yo, this is fake. Like, and I'm just like, okay, like not giving her the response that she wanted. And like, cause I knew what it was. And then, you know, like she still was interested in talking to me and stuff, but it was just the fact of, and I told her, I'm like, no, I knew that was fake. I'm like, I don't like stuff like that. You just turned me off.
Yeah.
Like you just burned your own bridge and you do stuff and it points out as you go, and it shows it's like, I don't know how you've dated before or if you've dated before and you've just been doing your thing, but you're not prepared for what is a man, you know, like we're not going to chase you. I'm not going to do these little mediocre games and middle school games of showing my displays of affection and bringing you flowers, and I'll bring you flowers when you display that's like actually gonna be an embracing thing, you know, like I'm not just gonna bring you flowers to bring you flowers. Oh, you're pretty, you know, like I might one or two, but that's like first or second date, you know.
Yeah.
I might bring you a flower one of them times, but after that it's your personality that determines do you get flowers. Men don't want princess treatment necessarily, but we do want to be, you know, appreciated or spoiled,
right?
And in reciprocation to the spoiling that we do.
Also, another thing I think is that we're tired of chasing. Like, it's, when I mentioned this, I was like, there's no need to chase anymore. I can get on another dating app and there's people I can swipe on, 100 to 100,000 people I can swipe on. So what's the point of me chasing somebody who do not want to reciprocate what I'm looking to get? Like, hey, I'm interested in you. I want to talk to you. I want to take you on a date. Oh, no, I'm busy. Okay, well, let's try next week. I'm busy. All right. Well, when you're free? I don't know. Or I'm free next Thursday. Okay, cool. What time?
Yeah.
We're gonna set up. Like, I don't want to sit here and try to go this rabbit hole running down, like you're saying.
Yeah.
Over again. I'm done. And she's like, oh, he's not gonna chase. Well, he can use the steps. One, you're already talking about this dude's weight. She's sounding really negative to the situation, and
she is the friend though.
Yeah, she's the friend, so she's getting a certain view. But like, oh, you can use the steps means she threw that in there. Like, oh, you know, like the way how much he weighed, he can use the steps. The dude is like, I'm tired of chasing. Like, I don't feel like I have to go through these games to go to date you. It's not necessary. I can get out there and find another girl who won't play games with me.
If I'm willing to be upfront with you and you can't do that back, then I'm just not gonna do it. Mm-hmm. You know, in the long sense, I'm not gonna chase you. If you're gonna sit over there instead of attempting to walk over here and talk to me, and you're gonna make me chase you over there, why?
Right. And as far as like princess treatment goes, I don't like, I'm trying to think. What I ain't never don't know what princess treatment is. It's like
That's getting feet. To me, that's getting feet rubbed. She paying for my barber.
Right.
You know, she cooking dinner. Or taking me out to dinner. She opens the door for me.
But like, if that's all the thing that goes into like, because I open the door for her. I open the door for Maggie. I pay for days, open the door for her, like rub her feet. I do a lot of stuff for her because I just like, I love her. I generally love her. I want to make sure she feels right and feel treated. Give her a hug, support, like just be there where we can be walking into the store, I'll grab her hand. But like, I don't think that's princess treatment. To me, that's just treating somebody how you want to be treated, and you want to make sure you feel like whatever their love language is, you make sure you're hitting their love language. And Maggie love language, physical touch, quality time. So I want to be there for her to show her that I appreciate her and I love her. Like, so to me, this whole thing about like being with princess treatment, like if I wanted princess treatment, it would be buy me a video game, buy me like something like a manga or like, give me something where we're spending time together, like spend time with me. That's my princess treatment. This whole like, I'm gonna chase you down and try to figure out like, okay, well, I'm gonna take you out on a date next week. I can't do next week. All right, well, how about next Monday? Well, next Monday doesn't work for me either. All right, how about next Sunday? Next Sunday doesn't work. What does the time work?
Or that take 2 weeks or 2 days to even respond to that. Like,
I'm not going to chase you. That's what you want me to do, is chase you. I'm not going to do that. I don't got time for that. Like, it's too much work, and there's too many people out there in the world who actually will appreciate my time, because life is short. So if you're not going to appreciate my time and my efforts, I don't want it.
Yeah, like, I always think of that picture where the Asian girl's like has her arm on her man's shoulder, and he's carrying like the new RTX 4090 and a computer and stuff, and she's bought it all for him.
No.
And somebody comments like, when will it be my turn? And like, that's what I'm always thinking, is like, that is when I know a girl loves me. Is like when you've heard me talking about like my computer build or something tech wise.
You invest in hobbies with
you invest in my hobbies, or you invest into the business, and we're walking out together with what you've got, and you're as happy with your purchase as I am. Like, that's to me, that's what we looking for. If football's my thing and we go out to the mall and I'm like, oh, they got this Mahomes football and it's signed and it's like $200. I'm like, dang, that'd be cool to have. And you go and get it, and I'm a football fanatic type shit, like, I'm gonna be ecstatic. I'm gonna be like, yo. And then if you're as ecstatic as I am, just because I'm ecstatic, that's love.
Yeah.
The same sense of like, I could just want a fucking corn dog from Sonic, and you could buy me a corn dog, and I might just be like, yes, like
thank you for doing that. Like, you didn't have to do that. Like, I appreciate that. Like, I appreciate you. Like, there one time Maggie and I, we just spent the whole weekend together, and she was like, are you sure you want to spend the night with me tomorrow night? Like, tomorrow night is usually, we have a certain particular night we always hang out together. Like, and she was like, we just spent the whole weekend together. Are you sure you want to spend the night with me tomorrow night? Like, you don't have to, you don't want to. I understand, like, you need some free time. I want to spend the night with her because I miss her. But it was just like, I told her, like, thank you for being, so not appreciative, but so just aware. And just being like considerate. Thank you for being so considerate. Just ask, hey, do you want tomorrow night to be your own thing? That to me, I was like, oh, like, that was like, if I'm gonna consider princess treatment, that's princess, like, just be like, hey, you spent this whole weekend with me. If you want time for yourself, here you go. To me, I was like, no girl has ever said that to me, like, ever just like, hey, you want a little bit to yourself? You want to have your own night? Go and knock yourself out.
Because it's usually like, they don't even say like, hey, I know we just spent the weekend together. They're just like, so I'll see you later. Like, what do you mean you're not coming back
tomorrow night? Like, what do you mean? Like, yeah, it's more of that versus she was like,
oh, you're annoyed of me. You're tired of me. I'm too much. Like, no, I just.
Like, trying to decompress, and like the fact that she just gave me that, like, do you want to have that option? I was like, that's really mature. Like, I love you. If you're gonna hear this episode, it's like, damn, this dude's dropping girlfriend. How much he appreciates his girlfriend so much. But no, that to me, that would be princess treatment. So we're not looking for one. We don't feel like chasing. It's too too many people out there to be chasing nowadays. Like you now, once again, back in the 60s and 70s when it was just the people in your neighborhood.
Yeah, you didn't have that. You didn't really have that option. So it wasn't even crazy for man to chase woman at that time because you were chasing maybe 2 or 3, you know. But like now, you can literally chase 1,500 if you want to. So you know, you really got to pick and choose. Do you want to chase or do you want to just walk by and you might come across the right one? Like,
right?
You just gotta leave it. You just gotta leave it. It's kind of like fishing, you know, as they always refer to it, or they like buses, you know. Every 15 minutes, one comes. So just wait patiently. I don't see the point of chasing. Like, you can chase your dreams,
Yeah,
but
chasing the person.
you know, chasing a person, that's a lot of risk.
It's not worth it.
Like, they're not gonna save you.
All right, we're actually gonna cut one of the TikTok videos out because I realize we're getting a little bit longer than 2, but it's some good talk here. All right, here's another one from The Undesirable Truth. Like, this dude's been on this podcast. He lived on our podcast rent free at this point.
How long have you been with your man?
5.5 months.
Does he know what you're wearing tonight?
He definitely does. He was out with us earlier.
So he doesn't have an issue with the fact that other men can like literally see the bra that you're wearing, that your boobs are kind of perky right now.
Bobby pinned it. We bobby pinned it, so you shouldn't be able to see the bra. No, he doesn't have an issue. He saw me earlier. No man should ever have an issue with how I dress. That's up to me. The only person who can have an issue are my parents. Okay. They're not here. We went to a bar. That's why I'm dressed like this.
Do you think that when women put themselves in environments like that, they're kind of showcasing that they're still on the market?
No. I will, since I was like literally 16 years old and I would like walk around my neighborhood, like people would come up to you and like hit on you. Like there's no situation where men feel like it's off limits. Yeah. So it's like it doesn't matter where you are or what you're doing. Like someone's still gonna say something or do something.
Like that just kind of agitated me a little. She's not a Honda. You're advertising you're still on the market? Like,
he be asking questions like that really are like, come on, man. Like,
what the fuck, bro?
Yeah, like
that's why people think men think that. Like, you took 2 seconds and objectified her in like, you know, because of what she's wearing. Like, no, bro. Like, regardless, she could wear, like she said, she could wear sweats and be summer, and people are gonna ask. Like, even in winter, she could be wearing sweats, and people are gonna ask, "Why you got all them clothes on?" Right? They gonna start some conversation. Like, it doesn't matter.
Right, and like heck, our last podcast, Mag and I, we got on a topic where this girl was running, and this dude, like she was running around the park, 2 dudes on her own, and the girl was like, she called them assholes, or they look like assholes. So she said, picture what you want to picture like. So the first time the dude like acknowledged her. The second time he asked her what lap she was on. The third time he was like, hey, when you get done working out, can I take you out to eat? And then she kept running away, and she was like, and he goes, hey baby, I'm dead serious. And like Mag and I was like, one, that wasn't the right time to do it because she's working out, her headphones in. He shouldn't even try to approach her in that sense. But she's working out, and dude, like she said there, no matter what you're doing, a guy doesn't care. He's gonna ask
if he wants to.
Yeah, and this girl's out on her own by herself, and that's a scary thing for her because she got scared. She was like, I don't know. She like turned music down. She's like, they might try to kidnap me, where the kids would be. So I'm like on alert, and he's just here like trying to hit on her. Not the right place to do it.
Nope.
And it wasn't right at all. I remember like I asked the Mag like when would be the right time for a dude to try that? It was like never while a girl's working out. Khaleesi even said on this podcast before, if I look like I don't want to be approached, do not approach me. This dude was like, oh, your appearance look like, or your clothes were like, you know, you're open on the market. Like, a dude was going to approach regardless of what she's wearing, like you just said. So no matter what she's wearing, it doesn't. A guy, if he really wants to, he's gonna try to talk to her. So no, and background to clothing, man. Like I like how her boyfriend, like my boyfriend saw me wearing this. Like he didn't have a problem with me at all. He was out with me. Yeah, because he wanted to look at his girlfriend the way he looked at her when he saw her on Instagram and Facebook. He's not gonna look at other women like that. He wants to look at his girlfriend like that. That's why he's talking to her. He finds her attractive. I want my girlfriend to look the way like I like her looking like this. If I want her to look like. Because then I'll be more secure in him, like not looking at other women, trying to like, well, my girlfriend doesn't dress like them, so I'm gonna go look at them. No,
Right.
he's like, my girlfriend right here. Well, I didn't look at this girl over here. My girlfriend's looking
Right here.
Like,
Yeah.
like. And the dude, if you're like, well, you're on the market. No, that doesn't.
Like it didn't say for sale sign, nothing in there.
Yeah.
Like, I don't. Just cause even her friend, like her friend's wearing, you didn't ask her friend, like, oh, so are you single? Like, no, she looked better than her friend. Even if she was wearing sweats, she'd look better than her friend, and that would be the one that gets approached. You know, like it's just a sense of attraction. Like attraction is a main factor in dating. Like people say, like she said in that, like that OnlyFans lady had said earlier. Oh, I'd date them if they were ugly. Like medium ugly guys are winning. Like, okay, medium ugly guys are winning. Like I've seen some ugly guys with girls, and I'm just like, yo, like how the fuck you know, like all right, dog. Like, but at the same time, like that is not the common case. Like most people find somebody attractive and then they like their personality as well, and then you build on from attraction.
It's attraction first, and then, like you said, it comes from after attraction. Like, all right, this person good enough to be a friend with, a person good enough to date with. I'm sexually attracted, so I'm definitely gonna try to date and get to know them. Versus like, I'm gonna put a friend zone card. No,
a relationship is a labyrinth, and in order for you to like actually start moving through the labyrinth first, you know, like that first maze of the room is attraction. You know, like you find your attraction to this person. You know, are they only physically attractive? Oh, well, that's a barrier I can't get past anywhere else. Are they physically and mentally attractive? Okay, now I can start moving through. They're emotionally okay. You know, now I'm actually making it through the labyrinth, and you know, now it's 50 years later.
Right?
Like boom, like.
So
relationships are a labyrinth for sure, but you know, putting barriers up inside the labyrinth that you're already moving, barriers like, oh, you can't wear this outfit, you can't go out like this, like you can't act this certain way. Putting certain barriers in a labyrinth already, you're boxing yourself
to end, and you're gonna break your relationship. Like if she was with a dude who's so controlling that she can't wear what she wanted to wear, she's gonna leave him, or she's gonna have insecurities for herself and then be messed up when he finally, like when he gets tired of her, or she like he cheats on her because like you don't do the things the other girl's doing, but yet you asked her not to do those things, but yet you knew what you was attracted to. You're attracted to her, you know, cleavage. You're attracted to her beauty, her face, where the outfit she's wearing. You're like, oh man, I like the way she looks in that fit. Now I don't want you wearing that anymore though. Yeah, and then you go look at the other girls like, oh, that girl looks hot. With your boys, look at that girl over there. Wish my wife do the same thing. Wish my girl would do the same thing. You told your girl not to do that.
And it's like you got to be supportive in what you want your girl to do. So at the same time that you are like, hey, I like you looking like this. I like that. You know, make sure that when she goes and does it without you, that you're still like, hey, I like you doing this. I like that. I like this. Like,
be her biggest cheerleader.
That's it.
Be her biggest cheerleader. I don't understand why dudes like.
Like, I'm quick to send, shout out Drewski, because I'm quick to send, like, if my girl send me pictures of herself and she looking good and I'm not with her, I'm quick to send Drewski's little gift where he's like, you know, because I'm like, go, like, I'm quick to tell my girl go, like.
The same way, like, damn, like, just like, God.
You know, like.
But yeah, guys, don't do that. Don't stop your girl from dressing the way she wants to dress. Let her dress the way she wants to dress. And you don't want somebody who dresses like that, don't talk to those girls. Yeah. Go find a girl who dresses the way you want her to dress and don't have her change herself. Now, I would say this. If my girl was dressing like bonnet on, dressed down to the knee or to the ankles, and one day she started wearing like booty shorts and like cleavage, I'll be like, what happened? I will be alert. I'm like why did you change?
You know, what happened?
I didn't need it. There was no character arc or development. I'm gonna start wearing dresses a little shorter,
I need the story.
Like, it went straight from that. I'm like,
you skipped a few chapters.
Yeah, I'm like, wait a minute. Like, I'm kind of concerned. fill me in?
I'll call Morgan Freeman to narrate it real quick. We can do a montage, but I need to know what happened.
I will say that I will be on alert the way around. And she was dressed differently before I said.
You've been bonnets and where are you going out like this right now?
I don't know why bonnets and like a long dress is where I'm at with this, but this one for some reason
I mean, hey, that's because that puts a picture in your head of like how much she's been covering up. You know, like I don't know. I like my girls to reveal a certain amount. I don't think I could do the Amish dress, but like, you know, there's a few ladies that I've seen pull it off. You know, like granted they be cosplaying when they do.
Cosplay is different, yeah.
You know, yeah, but it's just like, you know, if I got a homie who's got a girl who does cosplay and she's like big on Twitter and like, you know, cause she's got them, you know, like she's got a good set on her. And like, she knows it, bro. Like, but it's funny because her Twitter is popping and stuff. Like she's a streamer too. She streams and all that.
She got it down.
He's totally like she spoils him. Yeah. Right? Like I see new posts and he'll get a Switch from her. She bought him like a while back when they was coming up together because you know they grew together. And it's beautiful to see. It's a black couple too. Like I love seeing it. Like they were growing up, like as they were coming up together, he had to sell like one of his handhelds systems. And he's a handheld gamer. He loves that shit. Like, and she rebought it for him. Like she bought him a new one recently, and he was like, "Yo," and I've seen posts where I'm like, "Yo, she spoils the fuck out this dude," but then you go and see her Twitter, and it's like, "Yo, these people talk hella weird." Like you know, like these people are flirty.
Yeah, no, people on Twitter do not care. They would take shots in DMs. Like the girls who are out there who can reject men left and right. I appreciate y'all because y'all get hit with so much. I'm not sure if
round of applause.
But then again, girls get hit on all the time. Like I can't think how many dudes are getting hit in DMs like that from.
Don't happen like that.
I would have to talk to I don't always bring up Travis Kelce because I feel like he's the one dude that girls talk about a lot. But Kelce, I don't know, Kevin Hart gets hit like that. Michael B. Jordan. I talked to Kelce, Michael B. Jordan.
If you're successful, in the media light, you're getting hit like that. You're definitely getting DMs like that. If you're, the average man that's not you're not popping on social medias, or like if your profile is shadow banned, like your DM's not popping like that.
Right.
Like my DM's dead. I make decent money. I'm a cybersecurity director. I make music. I have a YouTube channel. Like I make decent money. I'm not gonna put that out there because
that's right.
But I make decent money and my DMs don't flood like that. But I know that the moment that I step into the light, my DMs will flood because I've been on dating apps and like not even paid for the dating apps, and my dating apps go up. Like there's I get a good flow of activity and interest, so like I get that, but it's not the interest where they're willing to spend. Like for me, because I'm a breadwinner, I know the billionaire mindset behind myself. I know I'm going to be a breadwinner, so I need a female to come in and break bread from the jump, or I just can't do it. Like I don't even want to entertain it, because while I might not need you or ever want you to actually spend your own dollar, if you can't come in doing that already, I don't want it. You're expecting too much from me out the gate. I need you to be as committed to spending your dollar on me as I am, or as you are on me spending it on you. Like that same amount of energy that you have on me spending money on you, I need you to do that on me. And that's the growth starter for me, but like that's where the conversation comes for every person, is like, what is our growth starter? Right. What is the barrier?
What's our barrier in relationship?
Yeah.
What are you looking for? What I'm looking for? What line you like? We can't cross that line.
Yeah.
This line's cool.
Yeah.
Like, you're right. Relationship. It's all about communication.
What's public? What's private?
Yeah. What's exactly? And it's crazy to think about that nowadays. That like what's public and what's private? Because we do have that social media where like I am a public person. You can find Ali Zakka, you can search. You'll get my Ninja Warrior stuff. You'll get my nerdy dating stuff. You'll get my movie review stuff. Like you'll get a lot of stuff from me. Like you ever done anything with Google yourself just see what? I do that every once in a while just to see.
You Google little third party or 900 bill, and you find all of my stuff. Like even some of my old Instagram posts, because I don't delete stuff. Like I like having my old Instagram posts there. That way, like when the new fan shows up, you'll be able to go back to 2017 and see.
Same. I just went through that last night. Just seeing like how far can I get down?
Yeah.
Well, okay. Wow, it's weird. But anyway.
Yep.
But yeah, like you can Google and find me and like that whole thing, like okay, now you realize what needs to be private and what needs to be public, because you don't want everybody out there trying to figure out what's going on and every little thing you're doing and what moves you're making. But and as far as relationships, the same way. Like, hey, what relationship part do you want to put public and what needs to be private? But also, you don't want to make a facade either when it comes to relationship. You don't be like, we are this house of gold, and in reality it's like fool's gold and it's burning on the inside. And like, the outside looks nice though. Like you don't want that. But all right, let's go ahead and move into some good old Reddit. So here's the first one. Am I the jerk for leaving in the middle of a date? I, 33 male, went on a date last night with a gal I had briefly been talking to. She was late for the date, which is fine. Shit happens. I asked her if everything was okay, and she replied that she just finished up filming, and that's why she was late. I asked her what sort of filming because I love films. She gave me this obnoxious giggle and told me to subscribe to her OnlyFans if I wanted to see. I was a bit appalled. She went on to tell me how it was a male female video, and then proceeded to start asking my monthly income. I excused myself to the bathroom, paid the tab for what was ordered, told them anything else she ordered is on her dime. Then I left. She messaged me later freaking out about me leaving and about how she really likes me. I just blocked her number. I don't feel a need to explain myself. It was the first date. I'm not into that, and she can obviously get someone else. Is he the jerk for leaving in the middle of the date for that?
I mean, it was just disrespectful. Like, you could have just been like, "Hey, that's not what I'm into," and like left there. You know, like I'm just gonna go ahead and leave now and excuse yourself. You didn't have to. Oh, I'm gonna go to the bathroom. Like,
pay his tab and walk out.
Now you look nervous, weak, and inferior, and they can use insecure against you because you got scared. Instead of telling the truth, you went, I need to go to the bathroom, and then you.
Which is funny because you're saying the things that people say in the comments, like she's gonna turn around and make her the victim in the story by her saying like, this dude just up and left me in the middle of the date. Like you do look like the jerk for doing that. You should have, like you said, like AP just said, say, hey, that's awesome that you do that. Keep doing what you do. You're just not the person for me.
Keep doing what you do. Like if you can literally just tell people how you feel, you know, but in a sense of short and summary, like you just go, that's not what I'm into. Sorry, you know. Have a good night.
Have a good night.
I'm gonna pay my tab if you could pay what yours is, you know, like, or let her know like these questions and statements you made me feel uncomfortable. Hey, can we just? I'm gonna go ahead and end it here. Like that's it. You don't have to. If you don't want to wish them more and better luck on their venture, don't do that. You know, like don't throw the little salt in there, because some people will take it salty. It's like, you know, hey, keep doing what you're doing, but it's not for me. It's like some people will take offense to that. So just let them know, like, hey, I'm not into that, respectfully, but don't never do that. Like,
no, to me, I'm like, why would you walk out the date like that? Like, to me, just say like, hey, something came up. Wherever you're like, it's a first date, so you really don't have to, like you said, owe them everything. You can just say, hey, something came up. I'm gonna call the date short. It was nice meeting you. And leave from there. And then when she asks, hey, what happened? Like, just something else came out, met somebody else, or I'm looking. You don't have to do that. You
looking for something different.
Looking for something different, or just, I've just thought about it. We might not work well together. I wish you the best. And that's
just some type of genuineness, not. But the fact that you left and walked out like that, you're a jerk. She can be the victim now, and she can get all the like
the sympathy points from everybody else. Because
it's valid. Like
Yeah.
she showed up to a date, like, you know, you were with this girl. Somehow you didn't know she was doing OnlyFans.
Where he's like, we've been talking for.
Yeah, been talking for a little
last
bit.
Okay, like she was late. Oh no, I had briefly been talking to.
So maybe like we'll say
a dating app.
We'll say like 3 days on Tinder.
Yeah.
We'll say like 3 days because that's how my pattern is, right? If I met you on like Tinder or something, I'll talk to you maybe for a week, but within that week I'm trying to meet at least once, just so I know, like, is this something I want to keep texting or so. But like, so maybe they were talking for a week. You didn't know that she did OnlyFans. She just been saying that she does film and photography or something, and you were okay with that.
Right.
We'll give you those benefit of the doubt points, but still, to show up to the date, she came to the date with the mindset of like, hey, this guy's into me, I'm kind of into him, you know. So yeah, she can get those sympathy points of like, you know, I'm heartbroken. I thought I was gonna get some happiness, like, just because I'm having sex with other two guys
for filming,
you know, for film, doesn't mean that that's what I want, like, as my love, like. That's valid, you know. Right. She can say that,
and you have every right to not date a girl who's into the adult industry. That's completely fine. Yeah. But also be cordial. You don't have to walk out like that. That's just not
like,
cool.
And that's I think that's part of the stipulation or like main staple of like respecting sex workers. You know, like we don't have to, like, when we say respect sex workers, we're not saying like, oh, you know, treat them as well as you treat lawyers, like, or as well as you treat doctors. Like, we're not saying that, but we're saying like give them their respect. You know, like sex workers are just the same as, you know,
they're human beings.
Yeah,
they're human beings.
Yeah.
Like, I don't understand what this whole, like, this dude, like, oh, well, she's having sex. Heck, this dude, if he could have got, you know, some different learn different things about the, like, you know, sex and stuff like that. If he would just,
she did just show up to the date,
and then add by the income. Yes,
she showed up to the date late after having sex.
Right.
Like, basically, you showed up to the date and said, sorry, I was just having sex on video with two guys.
But if she told me like, oh, and she's like, I do OnlyFans. Now, what part threw me off was like, you can subscribe to my OnlyFans. No, I'm not about to do, like, wait, we've been talking, and one, if y'all at this point, you didn't hit it on.
Mention that at all? Yeah, that's what's throwing me, is like, nobody got that brought up.
Research her or anything. Look at her, like nothing. Try to find her social media, because she would, if she has OnlyFans and she's doing a male female video, she obviously has links out there for you to go find it, because nobody who's just doing that and just like not sending it out there.
Yeah,
like,
and that's what I'm stuck on, is like, I kind of feel like you knew what you were getting into when you got with her, but it is like, she does lose points for coming, you know, like, I don't care, as a porn star, sex or sex worker at all, I feel like you should not be going to a date fresh off of a scene. Like, even if you take a shower or something, like, I don't think that's right. Like, because you might kiss that man at the end of that date, you know, like, that's just kind of disrespectful to him. So I just,
or maybe she did shower. That's why she was late. She was showering and everything.
Even if you did shower, though, it's still the sense of like, that was within the hour window. You know, like, that's, I don't know. There's lines there. That's gross. That's why I feel them on that, is like, I'm just gonna leave. But I'd have paid you the respect. Like, once you said like, oh, you can subscribe to my, I'd be like, sorry, this isn't for me. Like, I don't even care what videos you do. Like, I'm you were filming, you were just filming, and you're not doing a solo video. I'm sorry, I'm out.
Like, there's different ways you could have handled that. So yeah, she is the jerk for that one.
Yeah.
All right, we're gonna do one more. I thought about doing three, but we just do two. So here's the next one here. I, female, 24, personally wish my boyfriend, male, 26, had another hobby/passion. I feel terrible I'm even thinking this way. Hello, thank you in advance for any advice, and please read the entire thing before commenting. Okay. My boyfriend and I have been dating for around 3 months now, and I really do like a lot of things about him. However, one thing that really ticks me off about him is his obsession with Japan. He's Korean, but grew up on Japanese games, music, and anime. He literally did something in undergrad focusing on learning Japanese, so he's fairly fluent, and he's even visit the countryside, which are all admirable things about him. His past two girlfriends were also Japanese, and his favorite K-pop idols are all Japanese. But K-pop is Korean. Anyway.
Right.
Don't get me wrong. None of this is an issue. He has every right, and to capitalize that, to have his interests. But it seems like all of his interest ties back to this, and it makes me feel some type of way. One, I'm a tan Indian woman, so I feel a little insecure knowing that I'm not his type. This doesn't sound nice, but I literally asked him why he's even into me because I can't wrap my head around anyone who looks like me. Wrap my head around why he would
be into anyone. Be into me when he's never dated anyone who looks like me. It took a toll on my confidence as I'm still growing in that area too. In my eyes, his behavior is very tied to weeaboo behavior.
Okay.
Weeaboo
behavior. I personally listened to K-pop growing up, and we connected on this. But I have never once gone out of my way to learn a freaking entire another language, or went to Korea to see BTS or whatever. I'm proud of my own culture, but kept it as a passion. 3, I have a gut feeling that I can't keep up with this. I used to tell myself that as long as it doesn't affect his life or my life, he can have whatever hobbies. However, whenever we're in his car and a Japanese song comes on, I have all the thoughts I said above arise. Whenever we go into a mall, we go to anime stores, and I do it out of love for him, but it makes me lose a bit of my attraction to him. 2, he wasn't really ever shown too much interest in my culture, but has been more tolerated and respectful, which I appreciate, but I feel like he could do more there. I guess my culture isn't worth obsessing over. Laughing out loud. I tried communicating some of this with him, but definitely not to this much detail because I don't want to hurt his feelings, and I have always been respectful to his face about his interests and passions. I just wish he was interested in something else, or heck, even if it was his own culture. However, I would like advice on what if I'm thinking is valid, or if I need to adjust my way of thinking, or if we're not even compatible. You think about breaking up?
Yeah, like
you think about breaking up?
Well, you're probably not compatible. He sounds like he's a nerd. You know, he's got his obsessions. Like, is it
nerdy dating?
First, you got to determine, like, is it an obsession or is it just like an infatuation? You know, like, is it one of those things of like when K-pop gets turned on, he's like, oh, babe, this is that, and he's like in it, you know, like.
Well, I thought you're nerdy boy.
Because, like,
I do one too.
You gotta think about it.
I have not this way.
Yeah.
No, not this way. I do not appreciate that.
Yeah, my actual nerdy voice is like, you know, I'll put my glasses on and I'm like, this is how you get your spectacles correct.
Yeah, which is funny because I consider myself a nerd. I am a nerd. Freaking got Demon Slayer. Like, I've done this before. Anyway, the whole, like, I don't think she's truly into him, or she just doesn't like his.
I think she's insecure in her stance. So she feels that another Japanese woman or somebody more appreciating of the Japanese culture could replace her, and that's an insecurity build inside her. She doesn't like that he's not into her culture at all, but at the same sense, like, you could have a culture that's not interesting. You know, like, some people, you can't make somebody be interested in the culture. That's like me telling another culture person, like,
you got me down with black culture. Yeah, America. Or down with black culture. You got me into black culture. Hey, Juneteenth, we're rising up. Let's go. Or like, hey, you gotta learn about the slaves. You learn about the Mayflower, you know, like, all this stuff. Like, wait a minute, Mayflower not slaves, you say, but
right.
Yeah, but the Amistad and all that. Like, we gotta talk about all that
British
stuff.
Tea Party.
Yeah, like wait a minute. Like, why America? Like, Japan puts out good products. Video games.
Being mad about somebody over, like, UK rap, like, you know, everybody, New York and UK rappers are now sounding the same, you know. That's not for everybody. Everybody don't like that drill music and like, you're forcing. you can appreciate his culture, or you can force your culture on him, you know, or you can appreciate what he appreciates. But
And they've been around dating for 3 months too.
yeah, you know, like you're not even in there yet, you know, like he could y'all go to the mall. Do you ask to go to your stores? Are there stores that you try to go to, you know,
Right.
like, or are you only like, are you just tail winging, you know? Are you trying to take lead at some points? Like there's a lot to dissect there, but I think for the most part, she sounds like she's ready to go already.
She does. And I got lost, so thank you for jumping in earlier. 'Cause I got lost because I was like, where was it? This doesn't sound nice, but I literally asked him why he's even into me. I can wrap my head around why he would be into me, and he would never. When he never dated anyone who looks like me, it took a toll on myself, my confidence. But what is it? I'm insecure knowing that I'm not his type. This doesn't sound nice, but yeah. Like, I thought she said something that she dated somebody who, guys don't think that way. Guys just don't think about like body type, and like we don't, like we have, so we find any race attractive. Like I said on the last podcast, a dude would go to a guy's list of women he slept with, or took on a date. You will see a different range of women. You know, you might get like a few that look similar, but majority of it is going to be all different types of body styles, facial features, everything. You might get different hair colors. It doesn't matter, different races. You'll get a different spectrum of every like case of rainbow. But then he like, you'll get to all different stuff, but then what's going to keep you there is that personality. Oh, she like K-pop, like I like K-pop. I don't care if she's black, white, Hispanic, you know, Asian, wherever, Irish, I don't care what she is. She likes what I'm into. She's competitive. She's off like,
we connect on these things,
and that's going to keep us there versus just she's hot.
Women's biggest gap in their confidence is like that we only want their looks. So her saying like, I'm insecure that he doesn't even like me, you know, or that she had to even ask him like,
I'm not your type.
Why do you like me? I'm not your type. It's like, well, you must have been my type if I'm with you.
Yeah.
Like
he's not thinking about, oh my gosh, she like, because maybe she might have, you know, if he's a boob guy, she has nice, you know, good shit. Or he's a butt guy, he has a nice butt. But the color of the skin is not going to dictate like, she has
you're not Japanese, I can't be.
Yeah, like no dude is sitting there thinking that. And the dude's already, you don't want to be around that guy. Like you get away from that guy.
There's some people that are like that. Like, you know, there's people that have their preferences.
Or there's a fetish.
I've met girls that are just like, no, I won't date black guys. Like you're handsome, you look good. I just can't date black.
I feel like women are more like that. Women are more like, this is my type. Yeah. If you don't fit that type, I'm not talking to you. I'm not dating you. But guys like, so my type is this giant blob.
Right, guys. We have this big Venn diagram, and you know you can fit into this group right here, you know, and all these circles of women types and styles fit into this Venn diagram here.
But that personality comes in, that's what latches there. So it can be like, oh, this girl's blonde hair and blue eyes, this girl's black hair and dark eyes, but hey, that personality with her, like I'm going here, like
it's literally just circles on circles. Yeah. Like for women, you could draw 3 circles and be like, you're either on this side, or here, you know, and that's the woman liking you. But for men, we literally have, you know, like multiple spots. Like you could be right here on the woman spectrum, and we will like you.
And therefore, like, so she can't wrap her head around that part. But then she's just not into nerdy stuff. And she's like, how dare he like the other culture? Like, especially if you grew up like, how old is he right now? He is 26. That means he is right there when Tanami was on TV, when Yu-Gi-Oh was out there, Pokemon. He lived through the anime. Like we're 30. And
he's got partial ties to it. Like
and he went to school. Like I took Japanese in high school, and I took it in college. Like I want to go to Japan myself, so I get where he's coming from. Cause this is something that when he got home and watched TV, he watched Dragon Ball Z, and that stuff got him going. It was Goku and all this stuff.
And we all know how Dragon Ball Z got going. So
like
she's just out of line on that statement right there. So,
but there's also something that she probably into that he doesn't like at all, but he's completely fine with that. And now she's like, he tolerate and respect my culture. He loves you. Like, I don't say he loves you, but he likes you. He's in 3 months. He's not gonna be like, well, you're not gonna into the same thing I'm into. I'm out. Like, no, he wants to be with you, you're not into him. Not even, I don't know if you're compatible, but you're already out of this relationship.
Yes.
You're thinking about ending it. You said when he goes to the store, you get turned off by it. He's not going to change himself, and if you do have him change, he's going to resent it.
Yep.
He's going to be in this relationship, hate every bit of it, and then every argument breaks out because of the fact that he can't be who he wants to be.
And from the start, you can't be compatible if you're not confident. Like, she's not confident in it, so y'all won't be compatible. Like that's just where you start at. If you're not confident, you're not compatible. It's just not gonna happen. It can't exist.
Right. So she needs to go find like her confidence somewhere, and then like maybe she's not the guy for you. Like, it's okay. That's completely
if you
fine.
want somebody who's like that in your culture, then you need to go look for that. Yeah, not try to force him. Oh, get out of the Japanese culture and come over to. You should be like in my culture more. Like that's for your own. Be American.
Like
okay.
Like you're.
That's a bit dodgy, isn't it?
But yeah, so like if for her, my advice to her is like maybe it's time for you to end it. You're not attracted to him in that sense, and he's not going to change. You having to change is going to make it worse down the line. It's okay. You had a 3-month run. Go find somebody like you said who matches what you're looking for. Right. Make your list, what you want, what your standards are, what your preferences are, and the guy hit all your standards. But then it's like some of the preferences you're like, I really want him to be more into culture. Maybe you gotta go find somebody who's into the Indian culture that you want and be around with, because he doesn't find that. Like, he doesn't find, like, no disrespect, but he's not gonna find that. He's not gonna get hyped for the Indian culture. He's not gonna get hyped for a Bollywood movie. I'm sorry. And
I was trying not to say that, but that's the facts. It's like, then you have to start breaking down, like, what does your culture provide? You know, like, is the food of interest like that, or is the movies of interest like that? If he's into anime and comics, do they provide animes and comics? Do they have?
I'm pretty sure they do, but like,
are they up to the same par? You know, like
probably not.
You have to, right, and that's why they're called Bollywood films. Like,
well, Bollywood's pretty big though. Like, I know it's like not Hollywood. Well, it's Hollywood. It's the Hollywood of India. Like, it's pretty big.
But I feel like the term Bollywood is like a parody name.
Oh, and don't do that now.
Well, when you get the class of like parody, I feel like Bollywood is a parody claim. Like,
it's not. It's just like another culture. It's like it's a culture's Hollywood. It's Indian Hollywood. That's all it is.
I don't like
because we don't see that much over here in America. Like, we see legit like good Bollywood movies, but like, okay, I get it now.
Yeah, I mean, like Slumdog Millionaire. Slumdog Millionaire was Bollywood.
I didn't know that. Yeah. I've never seen it though, but I heard of it.
Yeah, really? You ain't seen Slumdog Millionaire? Mm-hmm. Oh, yeah. I think you might. Okay.
Yeah, I got a picture on for you.
Yeah. Y'all seen it in my eyes. If you didn't see the look before, if you're not already, make sure you subscribe to the Patreon, because you can send in movie reviews requests for him to do. So, and I'm trying to get him to add a tier on there so that you could possibly pay the guest and put in a little 2 cents. You know, you get a little 5-second slot. You could pay him and get a little 5-second slot. I'm trying to put it in his ear, folks. So y'all make sure y'all go subscribe to this Patreon so we can start putting it in his ear that, you know, we'll pay $15 or $20 in the month so that we can get a 10-second slot on your video, letting you know that movie deserves to be rated a B and not a C.
All right, that's a wrap. So we're going to ahead and wrap it up. AP, thanks for coming on to this episode of Nerdy Dating. I appreciate you. I'm trying to not keep these episodes as long. I know they're getting longer and longer, it feels like, but this is a lot of content, a lot of good things to talk about. And I might have to cut down to 1 TikTok and 1 Reddit post per episode now. I hate that, but it's just like our content gets.
You gotta address these concepts, because I think people just be putting stuff out there that if you don't make the right like addressment to it, then the ideal gets built wrong. You know, the idea that this is the perspective of man is like, no, this is not the conception of man. You know, like, so I appreciate you for having me on the podcast.
You're welcome.
I can put my 2 cents in.
We also had different thoughts and views too, which also like works. Like, you get, and the one thing I love having AP on, and I'll probably, if I can do 3 people, you, me, and Sam on, because like all at once in the same room together, because we all have 3 different views on like dating and stuff like that, and like we're gonna answer, because you're not just getting one person's thought process, you also getting somebody else's thought process and a different point of view from a man's perspective, which that's what this is for. Like, it's for to help you guys like understand more, like, okay, how guys are thinking when it comes to certain things, our thoughts and topics. And it's good to also not just have one type,
right?
Because like what we're into, like you can go back and look at our dating history. We're two different type of daters, completely two different
type.
Like I don't have a type of people like I started dating in college.
Right.
But like you was already dating in high school. Like that's when my dating took off, and I really started finding myself in my 20s as far as what can I provide to a relationship. It wasn't like I wasn't like you, Tyreek. Y'all we'd
already kind of dealt with relationships and been like, this is what we like, this is what we don't like, you know. So yeah, we had that starting foundation before stepping into what is the world of dating, for real.
Which I was college, so I have 10 years of dating knowledge underneath my belt, and then I also listen to podcasts and everybody else. I also like to hear other people's stuff. Like one thing that takes me off of this whole like I can't stand it right now listening to podcasts. There's like this men are sexless under the age of 30, like it's some pandemic. There's like this epidemic, men are sexless. And I'm like, it's not that bad, guys. And it's like, well, men won't talk to women. It's not that bad, guys. Anyway, that's a whole nother topic for a different day. But it just having two different people with two different perspectives on here and give you guys answers where you can guys take them like, okay, I like what he said. I like what he said. I like this. I like that. I think it's really a breath of fresh air, and it's good to get you guys more open. Also, we're two nerdy dudes as well with two different types of how dating is.
You guys can find me on YouTube at Lil Third Party. You can just Google Lil Third Party. I put 3RD. So, you know, I'm big on gaming. I'm super nerdy. It's always a party on 3rd Street when you vibe with me. So, Google Lil Third Party.
There you go. And thank you guys for watching this episode of Nerdy Dating. I really appreciate y'all. Please like, share, subscribe. Please share this to your friends and family. Somebody who wants to hear another topic on dating and hear about relationships. And they have a question they can send to alizakkanerdydating@gmail.com. That's alizakkanerdydating@gmail.com. And I will answer on the podcast for you. And you also can throw a question in the YouTube comment below, and I'll answer that for you as well. Other than that, thank you guys for watching the episode. We appreciate y'all and keep being awesome.
Like, share, and subscribe.
Thank you for watching this episode of Nerdy Dating. I really appreciate it. If there's another episode you want to watch, you can look at it right there. If you want to subscribe to the page and watch more content, it's down here. Also, you have a question about dating you want to put in the comment section, go ahead and do it. Or you can send me your dating question to my email of alizakkanerdydating@gmail.com. That's alizakkanerdydating@gmail.com. And I will answer your question on the next episode of Nerdy Dating. Thank you so much for watching the show. I appreciate you and keep being awesome.